Think you're a law-abiding citizen? Think again. Here are some laws in the United States you've probably broken without even realizing it. You might be surprised at how many of these laws are part of your daily routine. We often think about laws as these big, serious things, right? The kind of stuff that lands you in a courtroom with a judge and jury. Like, don't steal a car, don't rob a bank, don't build a time machine out of a DeLorean and mess with the space-time continuum. Those are the obvious ones. But the truth is, there are tons of laws on the books that are so commonplace, so seemingly insignificant, that we break them without even a second thought. These laws are hidden in plain sight. These aren't your typical "thou shalt not kill" commandments. They are more like "thou shalt not do things you never even considered illegal." These are the kind of laws that make you go, wait, seriously? That's illegal. We're talking jaywalking, sharing streaming service passwords, and even feeding pigeons in the park. Yes, even feeding pigeons in the park can get you in trouble. It sounds ridiculous, but it's true. You know, those everyday things that seem as harmless as a fluffy bunny rabbit, but are actually technically against the law. It's the kind of stuff that makes you scratch your head in disbelief. So, buckle up, Buttercup, because we're about to dive deep into the wacky world of obscure laws and explore 8 ways you might be a criminal without even knowing it. Get ready to be amazed, and maybe a little bit amused. And hey, while you're at it, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on more mind-blowing content. Let's get started. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Why are there not more people talking about jaywalking? We've all done it at some point or another. You're in a hurry, the crosswalk is a block away, and you think, what's the harm in just dashing across the street? It seems like a harmless shortcut. Well, turns out there might be a lot of harm, legally speaking. Jaywalking can lead to fines and even points on your driving record. In many places, crossing the street outside of a designated crosswalk is a ticketable offense. It's taken quite seriously by law enforcement. The law is intended to keep pedestrians safe, and sure, sometimes it makes sense. It helps prevent accidents and ensures orderly traffic flow. But other times, when you're standing on a deserted street at 3 a.m., waiting for a light to change so you can cross a road with no cars in sight, it feels like a test of patience. It feels a little, shall we say, excessive. You start to wonder if the rules are really necessary in such situations. But hey, the law is the law. Even if it seems like it was written by someone who's never had to actually, navigate a city. It's all about maintaining order and safety, even if it feels inconvenient at times. Remember Napster? LimeWire? The good old days of downloading any song you wanted with reckless abandon? Yeah, those days are long gone, my friend. Downloading music illegally is a big no-no, and it can land you in some serious legal hot water. See, when you download a song without paying for it, you're essentially stealing intellectual property. And the music industry takes that very, very seriously. We're talking hefty fines, lawsuits, the whole shebang. So next time you're tempted to download that obscure 80s track from a questionable website, maybe just stick to Spotify or Apple Music. Trust me, your bank account will thank you. Okay, this one's a no-brainer, but it's worth repeating. Using your phone while driving is illegal in many places, and for good reason. Texting, scrolling through social media, even just holding your phone in your hand while behind the wheel can be incredibly dangerous. It's a recipe for disaster, and it's just not worth the risk. So, put your phone away, activate your inner Zen master, and focus on the road. Your life and the lives of others literally depend on it. Chapter 4. We've all been there. You're cruising down the highway, feeling good, maybe belting out a few lines of your favorite song, and you glance down at the speedometer to see you're going a little bit over the limit. It's just a few miles, you tell yourself. No big deal, right? Wrong. Even going a smidge over the speed limit is technically breaking the law. It might seem harmless, but those few extra miles per hour can make a big difference. Now, I'm not saying you're going to get pulled over for going 5 miles over. But consider this, speed limits are set based on road conditions, traffic patterns, and safety studies. It's important to be aware that speed limits exist for a reason, and exceeding them, even by a little, can have serious consequences. Higher speeds reduce your reaction time and increase the severity of accidents. So next time you're tempted to put the pedal to the metal, remember, slow and steady wins the race, or at least avoids the speeding ticket. Stay safe, stay within the limit, and enjoy the journey. Chapter 5. This one should go without saying, but apparently it needs to be said. Littering is not cool. It's not cool in the slightest. Tossing your trash on the ground instead of finding a proper receptacle is not only disrespectful to the environment and everyone around you, but it's also illegal. Seriously, folks, it's not that hard to hold on to your trash until you find a trash can. And if you see someone else littering, don't be afraid to give them a friendly reminder that, hey, maybe we should try to keep our planet clean, yeah? Chapter 6. DMV Blues. Moving? Tell the government. Ah, the DMV. A place where time stands still and dreams go to die. But as much as we might dread visiting this bureaucratic behemoth, there's one thing we have to do when we move: update our address. It's not just a good idea, it's the law. Most states require you to update your address with the DMV within a certain period after moving. Failing to do so can result in fines, penalties, and a whole lot of unnecessary paperwork. So, next time you're packing up and moving on to greener pastures, don't forget to let the government know where you're going. They get lonely, you know? Chapter 7. Netflix and don't get sued. Sharing isn't always caring. We've all shared our Netflix password with a friend or family member at some point. It's practically a rite of passage in the digital age. But did you know that sharing your streaming service passwords could actually be illegal? It's a legal gray area to be sure, but some legal experts argue that sharing your password without authorization from the streaming service violates copyright law. So next time you're tempted to share your login info with your neighbor's pet goldfish, maybe just tell them to get their own account. Chapter 8. Pigeon Problems. Don't feed the feathered friends. Ah, pigeons, the rats of the sky. While some people might find these feathered creatures endearing, many cities have laws against feeding them. Why? Well, for starters, feeding pigeons can attract more of them, which can lead to overpopulation and unsanitary conditions. Plus, pigeons can carry diseases, and their droppings can damage property. So, as tempting as it might be to share your lunch with these avian scavengers, it's best to just admire them from afar. Outro. So how many of these laws have you unknowingly broken? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more intriguing content. It's fascinating, isn't it? The way these seemingly small, everyday actions can actually have legal ramifications. It just goes to show that the law is a complex and often quirky thing. But hey, knowledge is power, right? Now that you're armed with this newfound legal wisdom, you can go forth and be the most law-abiding, or at least more aware citizen you can be. Thanks for watching.